Eve paints.
Hey folks, welcome to another 3D printing Patreon preview. I have 153 campaigns to share with you today. Don't forget to check out Tordominis, my cross-promotion campaign this month. They make small-scale armies, including this Skull God Army of Demons. They've also got two other armies they're adding models to next month, more on that in a bit, and a third, the Eternal Pharaohs, that you can get the basic army deal of by joining with my Patreon campaign this month. All the skellies needed to field a small horde. Thanks to Tordominis for supporting the channel, and to everyone who joined up this month. You are really helping to keep the channel going. Quick content warning, some of these campaigns contain pinups or objectified models. Link in the description to a video discussing why that needs a content warning. 3DP Miniatures has new workers, pedestrians, and the Michelin Man. Random Miniatures has some robots and an army trooper. Ethan Savage Studios has a new Revolutionary Girl Utena, Aisha Clan Clan, Black Rose, and Tenchi Muyo models. Tordominis has a Chibi Adventurer in addition to their small-scale armies this month. Vault Z has two solid snake sculpts. Here are 4 more Elden Ring models from Village's Hope Miniatures. Capsule Chibi have an Easter freebie for you. Real Steon have an Elden Ring related meme this week. Rubim has a new Rani sculpt from Elden Ring, as well as a Mesugaki Anka. .3DXM has a new Black Panther sitting on a throne, and chibis of Bebop and Wakabi riding a rhino. Dice Heads have a new team of dwarves and a team of goblins with an ogre mount. Trident Studio has a new Sentinel model standing on a mini diorama base of the ruins of a school. Chibi STL has new Shauna, Boba, Link, and Shira chibis. Here is a work-in-progress Panthro by Prey Collection Studio. Channel patron C27 Minis and Terrain has Captain Canada and 3 other superheroes, as well as more circus terrain. Channel patron Nom Nom Figures have new Spirited Away models, as well as 4 adorable Chibi Ninja Turtles. This is Rex Machina, the current model in progress by Orneris Terenzi. Here is the finished L of the Musketeer from Ernest Nemirovsky. Here is a Crystalline Warrior from Clay Demon Miniatures. Labradorite Wolf is working on a Koi model. This is the finished Sword Maiden from Dinamu 3D. Here is a second preview of Inquisitor Jaeger from Ritual Casting. This is Melania by Fotis Mint. 3D Art Guy has a lady lost in Fantasyland, a demon lord, and a rage god. Channel patron Tordominis has a new chariot for their Demons of Excess, as well as new infantry for their Dragon Dynasty army. Onmyoji has small-scale demons, skellies, and warriors this month. Varus Miniatures have an updated Snail Rider this week. Wake's Emporium have started a new army of small-scale battle nuns. Mini Basing has some ferns and an eagle's nest for your bases and terrain. This is a storehouse from the city of Selmistia by Dadi Dungeon and Dintorni. Admiral Apocalypse has a set of dilapidated modern ruins, terrain, and bases. The April set from Savant 3D is an underwater city. TPK Lab has a new set of crypt tiles and scatter terrain. The April set from 3D Hexes is titled The Sunless Lands. Sable Badger has new bridges, bases, braziers, and a trench-line tower and command post. Print Minis has 9 new pieces of casino furniture and machinery to finish off the broken ship I introduced last video. Dark Realms has 4 new examples of the ruins of Barenfall. Gamescape 3D has work-in-progress shots of a smith's forge and other pieces of terrain. The Dragon's Rest has finished up their work on their cemetery terrain. Extra Guy has a new T-82 Obliterator mech, a Roadrunner, and a bunch of defensive turrets and railguns. Sable Badger also has a spaceship this month with his BT-35 Starfighter. Matt Mason has 2 new Locust mechs and a Cicada mech for Battletech. Soul Forge Studio has a preview up for their Fireforged Glory Class vessel. Channel patron Lost Heresy has some new alien allies for Away Team Red, as well as an alien foe, this Crawler Beast. Niverdale Tabletop has an AT-RTC and some bonus Stormtroopers. Maddox has new Desert Daimyo models, as well as multi-part Syndicate Troopers, Free Fighters, and more. Black Remnant has an Utai on a Varatso lizard, as well as a bunch of other characters. Here is the Iron Rot Brigade Part 2, the Bulwark Pack from 3D Print Cleric. Arch Kolobas has a set of Wasteland Raiders for April. Fickle Dice Games is working on a new mortar team. Dusk Realm Miniatures has a bunch of heavy marines this month. Ivan has a new set of barony-themed sci-fi marines. KLT Studios has a bunch of normal-looking folks with guns, as well as a gas mask bunny. Bob Naismith has a team of Purgatorio Marines and a small dropship. Star Pharaoh Foundry has a Chariot of the Pharaoh this month. For sci-fi minis, Reiko Vendetta has a kill team of Space Dwarves. Here's a work-in-progress Vanguard Speeder from channel patron The Hive. My newest channel patron, Fantastical Sculpts, is working on these Paladin Exterminators, and also has some pretty nice buildings to go with them. My next newest patron, Golden Dragon Games, has a new morale officer for their Concordian Starborn, as well as a work-in-progress Flyer and Walker. These are Darkstar and the Peoples of the Wasteland, from Ratman Forge. Studio DR has an old War Droid and old Light Troopers this month. Red Nebular has previews up for Orc Ants, Space Elf Street Punks, Melty Mutants, and more. Albino Raven Miniatures has an Army Soldiers Constructor set this month. Crucible of Games has several new squads, as well as tanks, terrain, and a Taskmaster. Onmyoji has new ogres, orcs, and more for sci-fi minis this month. Fantasy Cult Miniatures has new Demolishers in melee and ranged variants. Creature Armory has 4 new Marines ready for you, and is hard at work on a heavier variant. The latest models from Imperatum Art are these Relict Defenders. This is Bluey, a rogue trader, and others from House Barteth for May. Mr. Modulorc is working on new Punk Orcs, including a minigun, and also has a preview up of future Feral Orcs. Rageous Creations has finally finished up their Battle Nun Walkers. Turn-Based Miniatures has a preview of a Modern Commando this week. These are Auntie's Guard, Part 2, from Big Mr. Tong. Channel patron Kyoshu Neko Miniatures has a slightly dieselpunk British army to contend with the German one from last month. Edge Miniatures is moving on to an army of demons this month. Gearguts' Mech Shop has a whole bunch of two-legged mechs, artillery, and more. Station Forge have a new battle tank kit, and Scavenger Adventurers. Channel patron Papsicles has 4 new previews each for their sci-fi and cyberpunk tiers, as well as some Easter egg extras. These are Y Toa Giants, shark-themed heavy marines from Atlan Forge. Puppets War Miniatures has sneak peeks posted for the aliens and marines they're making for May. Cyberforge Miniatures has an army of guardians with an arbiter, grav tank, dreadnought, and more. Part 2 of the April release from the Maker's Cult includes Dead Valor Corps, Dwarven Guards, and Hive Droids. Holy Grim have added nobles to their set of Foxfolk. Celia Miniatures have several new bunny adventurers this month. Naga Minis have a new Hedgehog NPC and a wingless griffin. Goonmaster Games have some Hoppy Lights, Fun Guys, and Swamp Skellies. Duncan Shadow has new Town Guard models, Owlfolk and Human Zombies. Cobra Mode have some work in progress shots of a Budgiekin, a Cavi Pirate Cook, and a Bundabura Navigator. Clay Cyanide Miniatures has a clan of Panda Folk from Pawn Village. This is the Velvet Buffoon, a vigilante from Uncanny Minis. Miniatures Blueprint has a new Elf Bladesinger model, along with her little companion. Your Neighbor Night Minis has 2 new bandits with some noble hostages and a carriage. Claudio Cassini Art has 3 new races of female witch hunters, a witch hunter ninja, and updated versions of a ranger and barbarian. Red Clay Collectibles has a good old tavern set this month. Galad Miniatures has new wizards, a fighter, and someone that claims they can guide you to your destination. Bright Minis have several Dragonborn and a dwarf taking pleasure in his work. Twin Goddess Miniatures is working on a garden statue golem, as well as magical girls and sailor scouts. This is a Snow Elf Hunter for Model Monday from Mia K. The completed School of Magic set from Highlands Miniatures includes scholars, battle mages, students of the 8 schools of magic, and more. Standart Painting is working on a Chaos Beast set this month. B Team Minis has the Awakened One and a Bird Cultist. Stormcrow has a Hurloon Minotaur, Abyssopelagic Dragon, and a couple Stormcrows. Realm of Paths has a new Demon and a Hellhound. WTH Studios has monsters for their Amber Temple, and more minis for Icewind Dale. Maps and Monsters have a little Mitflit this month. Here is a Death Knight from Sculpt Tuner, along with a peek at a couple orcs for next month. 3DS of Sam have a Vampire Bust and Vampiric King models. August McDaniel has a new Spider Sentry, Frogfolk Assassins, and a Security Droid. RG Sculpt has a new Stone Carver and a Storm Enchanter. Arcanum Workshop has a new Cave Troll and Cave Orc models coming in May. Printed Encounter have a set of giant spiders and spiderlings. Orc King has a sneak peek at their new Blight Dragon. Crosslances has a set of sci-fi themed fantasy monsters. Dragon's Forge Miniatures has teasers up for their coming Halfling Questfoots vs. Etten set. Here is a preview of the Court of Relier creatures that Void Realm Minis has coming in May. Here's the latest fantasy football model from Mythbowl RNS Studio. The May release from Runic Collectibles is titled The Lost Marsh and will include this Snapping Turtle Hydra. Tiger Skull RPG is working on Hoglins this month. Imitation of Life Miniatures has a trio of Rockworms and a Squire to a Tech Knight from a recent release. The Wrecker and the Skittermaw are coming with others soon from Rocket Pig Games. Titan Troll Miniatures has a new Ogre Eye Poker and an Orc Bust. This is the Godless Inquisition from Flesh of Gods Miniatures. Knucklebones has new Napoleonic Zombies and a Fenella the Kettle Witch. Schlossbauer has been working on bigger monsters lately, like this Hydra, and there's also Gibdo from Zelda. Printed Obsession has new Bodax, Shadow Mastiffs, and a Dark Weaver. Yasashi Kyojin Studio has several poses of a Tressum this month. Last Sword Miniatures has new Zombies, a Lord of Ashes, and more of the Queen's Spears. From Great Grimoire, these are the Heartless Queen, the Inseparable Twins, Ravenous Roses, and the Knave of Hearts. For Fantasy, C27 has a new Cadaver Collector to add to the Necromancer I showed you last video. The first set coming in May from Epic Miniatures is titled Treasure Hunt, with a ship, pirates, dragons, and a whole lot more. Fear the Old God will be the May release from Lord of the Prince. MZ4250 has a large collection of dragons and great worms this month, as well as some patron requests and other silly models. Lost Hobbyist Miniatures has Island of the Pirates 2, with all sorts of undersea skellies. Blue Wyvern has 2 new Drakengard Warriors this month. For Fantasy, Reiko Vendetta has the Sons of Destruction. Hollow Miniatures has a new set of Heath Hunters, mounted Forest Elf Archers and Warriors. Here is a mounted Paymaster from Magori Miniatures. Legend Builds has 10 Pirates of Celeria this month. Maddox Historical Miniatures has previews up for the Cavalry, Infantry, and Dragoons they're working on for next month. Dragon's Lake Miniatures has new Deep Watch Dwarves, King's Guard, and Work in Progress Hold Guardians. My 3D Print Forge has a full clan of dwarves for April. Labyrinth Models has previews up for most of their Kingdom of Kemet release coming in May. Ilhadiel has new Bork characters and Wild Bork Riders. Raven Twin Miniatures has a new squad of archers and a trebuchet. Kurzluck Miniatures has an army of goblins, lake guardians, and more, with an ancient demon for their leader. Clay Beast Creations is working on an army of spooky rats for May. Monstrous Encounters have a new Orc Standard Bearer and Goblin Spears. Davale Games has previews of 6 Bloody High Elf Knights and 3 Wood Elves with Halberds. Vevictus Miniatures is working on a set of modular female guards this month. Crippled God Foundry has an entire Death Colosseum, complete with gladiators, spectators, beasts, and an empress to oversee it all. Asgard Rising is working on a warband of dwarves, as well as some other dangerous-looking creatures. Avatars of War have a regiment of multi-part beastmen out this week. Lost Kingdom Miniatures has the god Tezcatlipoca for your Quetzal Empire armies. The Printing Goes Ever On has the Forces of Tor Mizlar this month, with an ogre, wraith beasts, and a bunch of orcs. Bestiar Miniatures has a pretty crazy army of Minotaurs this month. Titan Forge Miniatures has Heroes, Knights, and Cavalry for their Lost Crusade set in May, as well as plenty of adventurers and adversaries for your D&D games. Artisan Guild has an army of skellies, with warriors, wraiths, a king, and more. And finally, here's the May set from Archvillain Games. This is the Astral Court of the Order of the Griffin. That's all for now. Huge thanks to all my patrons on Patreon. Your support really means a lot to me. Check back soon for another Kickstarter countdown. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the videos, and thanks for watching.